Time for our last X30 Senior qualifying heat of 2024. Heat 15, Groups D and F. Here's the starting grid. Marcus Klum and Sam Balota will be on the front row ahead of Henki Kalteren and Aaron Ferrazzano. Michael Wouters and Clément Outron will be rounding out row number 3 ahead of Esteban Walgrave and Ireland's Jack Buckley. Then it's Belgium and the Netherlands on row number 5 completing the top 10 with Arthur Vasseur and Rime Blanc. Demo Massot will start on the inside of row number 6, not being joined by Otto Paikkonen from Finland. Griffin Hinwiset and Simon Leclerc ran at row 7 ahead of Annabel Bryan and Matthias van der Kerkhoff. Thibaut Gillard and Dylan de Vos ran at row 9 with Raffaele Santocono not being joined by Kane Ince, who's already retired from the weekend. Kevin Bakker, Maxime Van Der, Keanu Wellens, Giro van Duivenvoorde, Luke Taylor, Luis Aguiar, Kenneth van Moerkerke and Morocco's Yanis Martin rounding out the 30-strong grid, make that 28 runners and riders. So Alessandro Tudisca pretty much has secured himself pole position for the A final, taking place at 5 o'clock this afternoon. There's a further change reference the juniors, so I'm waiting for that information to come through. But this is the last chance saloon, the last opportunity for some drivers, and you can bet your bottom dollar there's going to be more of a sense of urgency and a sense of desperation all at the same time. We saw that desperation, unfortunately, in the previous race, a couple of races ago with Noah Maton. And what did it do? It hit hard where it hurt the most. Points on the championship table. And these drivers are going to do their best. Sam Balota, not yet taken a race win. Henki Kalteren, 2. Aaron Ferrazzano, 1. Outron, 2. So we do have 3 heat winners from the weekend. But Sam Balota's main focus is to do as much as he can on that front. And that could be the deciding factor of how far ahead he is of one Alessandro Tudisca. We are getting now championship points, which I've just had handed X30 Junior. Big thank you to Mike Wagner and the team, including Victor Rosen, running live timing for us this weekend, which also does include the championship results. But for the final time for 2024, here we go with heat number 15, Groups D versus F. Marcus Klum and Sam Balota, the championship leader on the front row. It's going to be a full start. They're going to send him around for another lap. Race director Dave Ritston said, no, that's not happening. You're going round again. And still, on est dans le money time, n'est-ce pas, Simon, hein?
Oui, on est dans le money time. Dernière manche qualificative. On est dans le money time des manches qualificatives. Ça, c'est sûr et certain. Effectivement, dernière manche qualificative.
Et à la prochaine, à la finale, on est dans le money time de le championnat. Hein?
Oui, et à 5 minutes de la fin, on sera dans le money time de la finale. Ouais. Comme ça, vous avez compris la gymnastique.
It's so funny because you wrote it on the press release as well, which made me laugh earlier on this week, which I thought brilliant. Money time, and I just thought, oh God, Simon's voice is just rung in my head. But no, this is where the fact this has been a long journey for everyone, and it's not just the drivers, it's not just the teams, it's not just the mechanics and the team bosses, it's the people behind the scenes that you get to work alongside. And there's been a lot of banter. I think there was a mothers' meeting in the coffee room up here in the tower yesterday, and I think you walked in, and then all of a sudden someone had to shut the door because there was so much noise. It was echoing round into the steward's room as well at one point. But I think it's, we have to say a big thank you to everybody that's been a part of this championship in 2024. And of course, 2025 isn't that far away when you think about it. Of course, the Iami Warriors final, November 4th to the 9th at Catodromo Lucas Guerrero in Valencia in Spain. Some of our drivers will be representing Belgium at that circuit, but we have one more order of business. The last qualifying heat needs to get going. It's Marcus Klum and Sam Balota, the points leader on the front row. Revs rise, lights are out. And a very, very cautious start from Sam Balota. Didn't want to get caught out by anybody. but did not want to make any errors in his own right. He is currently down in... That is going to be 6th place as they come through turn 3. A little bit of bumping and boring at the back end of the field. As, well, at Marshall Post 12 is also a yellow flag, so someone might not have been able to take the start. But, Maxime Von Leer and Keanu Vellens might have become early casualties, so may not have gotten away quickly enough and did not cross the stripe. So that's a big telling point, but at the moment, we've got a fight on our hands. It's Marcus Gloom who's leading. 2nd, I think, is Mikkel Wouters. 3rd, Henki Kalteren. Belota looks to be down in 6th place as we come across the stripe to complete the opening lap. So, Marcus...
Changement de leader, Alex, avec c'est Mirko Wouters qui est passé devant, mais la réplique de Marcus Gloom directement dans le 2e virage, et ça pourrait profiter à un certain Henki Kalteren qui est là, regardez, en embuscade, prêt à bondir.
Yeah, Belota's in 7th. Right, okay. That's Raffaele Santacona walking away from the scene of a possible incident at turn number 4. So, again, just more dramas for the seniors. Mikkel Wouters nearly had Henki Kalteren up the inside going into Escargot here on lap number 2. But Marcus Gloom, driver from Eurokarting, leading the way. Eurokarting based out of this circuit. Mikkel Wouters for EGP as, Arthur Vasseur gave Henki Kalteren a little bit of a scare. Nearly a code brown for the Dutch driver as Mirko Wouters dives up the inside. Takes the lead at turn 1, lap 3. And that's an Eichmann's Grand Prix car hitting the front end of the field.
Oui, Mirko Wouters qui est passé devant Marcus Gloom là, pour le gain de la première position. Et derrière, regardez, c'est Clément Massot qui vient se mettre en 3e position maintenant. On l'a vu dans le dernier virage, Henki Kalteren qui a été quelque peu déstabilisé par Arthur Vasseur. Et ça a fait des affaires de Clément Massot qui a pu revenir, qui a pu prendre la 4e position au bout de la ligne droite. Et regardez Henki Kalteren qui est en difficulté. Oh, ça s'est touché entre Henki Kalteren et Aaron Ferrazzano. Ouh là là, ça s'est joué à pas grand chose là pour l'accrochage. Heureusement, les deux pilotes étaient plus ou moins au même niveau. Et ce roue contre roue n'a pas eu de conséquences. Mais on a eu peur là du côté des staffs d'Aaron Ferrazzano et d'Henki Kalteren. Aaron Ferrazzano qui se porte maintenant à l'intérieur d'Henki Kalteren et qui passe. Ouais. Moment un peu compliqué là pour le pilote néerlandais qui retrouve désormais derrière lui Clément Outran qui passe aussi à l'intérieur. Eh bien dites-moi, Henki Kalteren très clairement en difficulté dans cette période de la manche qualificative. Et il est désormais, il est redescendu très loin. Il est redescendu à la 7e place. Et derrière, regardez, Sam Balota non plus pas vraiment à son avantage dans cette manche qualificative. Il est derrière Simon Lacroix. Simon Lacroix est peut-être encore derrière, quoique. Non, je pense qu'il est passé devant, Simon Lacroix. Ouais, effectivement, Matthias Van de Kerkhove devant. Et à l'attaque peut-être d'Henki Kalteren.
Yeah, that's not what Henki Kalteren needed. He did not need a scare at this point because it's going to be all or nothing. Leave no stone unturned and put your best foot forward. At the moment, Alessandro Tudisca has done that job so far. Sam Balota on the verges of being outside of the top 10, but he's got to go for broke this time in this final qualifying heat. He is down lower than wherever he has been so far this weekend, as that was Clément Outran making a big mistake out of chemin de fer.
Ouais, non, il a été poussé par je pense Simon Lacroix qui est arrivé de très loin. Et il a été déstabilisé, il est parti à l'extérieur. Ce n'est pas une faute de la part de Clément Outran, il a été poussé. Ouais.
No, I only caught the tail end of it. Thanks for letting me know that, Simon. But of course, when you're trying to go through championship points and you're trying to concentrate on the commentary, but that is Matthias van der Kerkhoff through on Sam Balota, and you can see that Sam is not happy at all. He needs to make inroads. He does not need people like Matthias van der Kerkhoff, who is at the moment, 15th in the championship. Van der Kerkhoff is not in the title running from a mathematical standpoint. He's 185 points behind Balota. But of course, what this means is that this is giving more of an advantage to a certain Alessandro Tudisca. That is the key point here, because every place that Sam Balota loses at the moment means he knows he's going to have to go elbows out, sharpened, and get ready for war at 5 o'clock this afternoon with Tudisca. It is not going to be easy, and with Tudisca on pole position, there's the foreboding of a full 160 points going his way. That's how Balota started his season. And they're through on the 3-1-5. Right, okay, we've also got a penalty just come through. 2-5-9. Simon Lacroix, 5-second time penalty. 3 to 4 wheels outside of the tram line, so broke the start. Oh dear. That is now going to put Lacroix down into 18th place. Oh, that's a big hurt there for. But that's also going to help. That's also going to help Sam Balota, because that's one less driver that he, well, literally won't have to worry about now. But that just goes to show how quickly you make a mistake at this point in the season, as Matthias van der Kerkhoff makes it through. And that was on Henki Kalteren. Kalteren is also a driver that is... Now, what I'm thinking here, because obviously with the pace from both Balota and Kalteren, they're running in the 55, the high 55 threes, mid 55 fours. Van der Kerkhoff has just put in a 54.9. Of course, these drivers had a full set of Comet K3H tyres at the beginning of the weekend, and also they have an additional spare. What's the betting on that? Kalteren and Balota are going to use both spare tyres for the final. That could be crucial, and you put one on each, one on like directional corners, and you get the maximum amount of opportunity you can.
2 minutes 30 encore dans cette manche qualificative, avec en tête Mirko Wouters devant Clément Massot, Marcus Glum et Aaron Ferrazzano. C'est un quatuor de tête assez particulier. Aaron Ferrazzano qui passe d'ailleurs dans le deuxième virage à la 3e position. Le récent vainqueur de la Yamaha Euro Cup qui revient encore dans cette fin de course. Il va lui rester 2 minutes et un tour désormais pour pourquoi pas aller chercher la deuxième, voire la première place. Tout est encore possible dans cette dernière manche qualificative de la catégorie X30 Senior.
So, 2 minutes plus a lap to go before we conclude the last qualifying heats of X30 Senior for 2024 here in the Yamaha Series Benelux. Mirko Wouters looking to become a new race winner here this weekend. And more to the point, how is this going to affect Sam Balota in terms of the ranking after heats, and how much of the gap will he lose? But Clément Massot dives to the inside, through at T1, and Wouters nearly went running on the grass with 2 wheels. Massot blocks the door through into turn 2. Here's Aaron Ferrazzano. Back-end snakes under braking. He's got Marcus Glum just behind. And there is Arthur Vasseur just behind as well in 4th place. 5th, it looks to be Matthias van der Kerkhoff. No, 6th place there for van der Kerkhoff. Lacroix, Kalteren, Brian now ahead of Balota. Of course, Lacroix's got a 5-second time penalty for completely breaking the starts in formation. But we go on to the penultimate qualifying heat, well, the penultimate lap of the qualifying heats. So 2 to go. Ferrazzano pulls the trigger up the inside of Wouters. He goes. That's second for the Euro karting number 258. There's a hive of activity with carts going across the start-finish line here at Mariembourg, but the timer is very much counting down here in the latter stages. Alessandro Tudisca has pretty much put himself on pole position, but the big question is, how much of that gap has he closed in the meantime in comparison with points leader Sam Balota, the 290. Timer has expired. And now we have one more lap of the qualifying heats for 2024 to get going and underway right now. Clément Massot leads us onto the final qualifying heat lap of the season. Head of Aaron Ferrazzano, who's got Mirko Walters looking up the inside, but Ferrazzano holds his nerve and stays in second. That's the run through into turn number 3. This could be very, very dicey. If one driver makes an unforced error, it's game over. And through into turn 4. Now the right-hand sweeper into 5 and through into Chemin de Fer. Clément Massot holding on ahead of Aaron Ferrazzano, but it could be a drag race towards the line if Ferrazzano lines it up nicely and neatly. Coming out of that final right-hander. 2 more corners remain. Now the final right-hander before we head onto the start-finish straight. It's going to be the run to the line. It's time to put the pedal to the metal. And the final qualifying heat winner of the season, Clément Massot, by 82 thousandths of a second ahead of Aaron Ferrazzano. Mirko Walters takes second, ahead of Markus Glum. Arthur Vossor, Matthias van der Kerkhoff round out the top 6, with the latter taking the fastest lap of the race, 54.896. Henki Coulter 7th. Annabelle Bryan, Simon Lacroix and Sam Belosa ran at the top 10 on the road. Lacroix will get a 5-second time penalty, promoting Belosa to 9th. Esteban Valgrave, Thibaut Gelad, Griffin Himwiset, so Simon Lacroix, that will put him 14th behind Clément Outron. Dino DeVos, Jack Buckley, Kevin Bakker, Luke Taylor, Kenneth van Monkerke, Yanni Martin, Luis Aguiar, Jiro van Duivenvoorde, Riemer Blanc, running out the 23 finishers. So we had a couple of drivers that didn't start well. Kane Ince didn't start. Maxime Von Der and Keanu Wellens didn't even take the start. Otto Paikkonen didn't take the start. Raffaele Santacona unfortunately out on the first lap of the race, not even breaking the first couple of seconds. But Clément Massot takes the final win in X30 senior qualifying heats for 2024, with a final starting at 5 p.m. local time.